Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the best DPM tanks from tier 5 through tier 10, and starting off the list with the tier 5 is the Angry Conor with the highest DPM at tier 5. This tank is clocking in at 2,183 DPM with a reload of 4.4 seconds. Penetration as well is 171 millimeters with a 160 alpha gun. This is a pretty interesting tank because the fact that it goes faster in reverse than it does forward, making it a pretty fun tank to drive, but as well kind of getting a little old. Of course, at tier 6, coming in as the highest DPM tier 6 vehicle is the Jagdpanzer IV. This tank is known for its incredible DPM at tier 6, which tier 10 or higher even levels of tanks don't even have. The tank has 3,266 DPM, which is actually going to go even more up after update 7.4, along with its penetration, which is currently at 145 millimeters. It has a 220 alpha gun with a 4.04 second reload. This tank is simply amazing to play on the battlefield due to that DPM that you can just rip through other tier 6s in a matter of seconds. This is going to be one of the most overpowered tanks in the game, my predictions after update 7.4. Coming in at tier 7, we have the ISU-122S. This was a tie between this tank and the SU-152, but I chose this one because the SU-152 is a derp tank, allowing you to miss a lot more shells than this one. This tank right here is coming in at 3,353 DPM. By the way, all of these are running gun rammer as its equipment, and so they're all a little bit more than if you were not using a gun rammer. But as well, this tank has 400 alpha, 175 millimeters of penetration with a 7.16 second reload time. Personally, I would not buy this tank because you can just use the 122 millimeter on the SU-152 and get pretty much the same tank, but for free. Coming in at tier 8, we have the AT-15. This is a tier 8 British tank destroyer. It has 3,325 DPM with 226 millimeters of penetration and 190 alpha. This tank, as well after update 7.4, will be receiving a buff on its penetration and DPM. This tank definitely needs that because personally I find this tank pretty sluggish because of its very large lack in mobility. Even though the armor is supposed to make up for it, it really doesn't. You're super easily circled, and as well your hatch isn't massive cancer. As well, your HP is 1450 though, which can be helpful at times for ATD. Coming in as the highest DPM tier 9 in the game, as well as the highest DPM tank in the entire game, we have the SU-12254. This tank has an astounding 4,275 DPM, which makes it the highest DPM in the game, as well as 258 millimeters of penetration, 420 alpha, with a 5.9 second reload. I really enjoy this tank. It is good. While it's not overpowered because the DPM, just to the lack of its accuracy and armor, it can still be an absolutely fun, strong tank to play with because of that amazing DPM. Coming in for the highest DPM tier 10 in the entire game, we have the Object 263, the tank leading after the SU-12254. This is an amazing tank because of its 3,856 DPM, as well as 290 millimeters of penetration with only a 7.1 second reload. This tank as well has amazing mobility and armor for ATD, that is why it was named the YOLO wagon, because of its ability to simply YOLO into enemies and absolutely destroy them. This is one of my favorite tier 10 vehicles in the game because of that fact. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.